Welcome everyone, I hope you're all doing very well, and today we are going to be having Rice with Grand Cathay going up against Nurgle and Dragonborn. Now this was a fantastic game that I was able to cast during one of my King of the Hills, and certainly was a recastable game for sure. I really enjoyed this one, and I really wanted to show it for you guys here on YouTube. Now we have 3 units of Nurglings in the front here for Dragonborn, 4 units of the cheaper Plague Bearers. They've gone from 750 down to 700 gold cost, and then also the triple Plague Jitsus. These bad boys here, the toads, are ready to go. Good backflips, tongue flips, you name it. These bad boys really bring the punishment. In the sky, we are going to have the triple plague drones of Nurgle. No death heads today on these ones, but still, they're going to be cheaper. Good magic, poison, and armor piercing. Backed up here by the Cloud of Flies makes these guys rather tanky and a bit of a nuisance to deal with. We are going to have a Herald of Nurgle on top of a Plague Drone in the sky. Here with the Nurgle Magic, Arcane Conduit, the Children of Nurgle with the Fleshy Abundance, Miasma of Pestilence, and the Locus of Fecundity. So just so much healing here coming from Nurgle, which you definitely expect. So, for the front side here of Grand Cathay, we are going to have the man leading the forces at the front, which is going to be Zhao Ming, the Iron Dragon. The man, the myth, the legend, is actually going to be zooming forward here, straight into battle, with the Warding Iron, as well as Arcane Conduit, the Strength of Yang in his back pocket, with the Mastery of Element Winds. For the spells, we are going to have the Dragon's Breath, the Fun Transmutation, and the abilities of the Master of Alchemy, and the Transformation of the Dragon. So in the back pocket, we are going to be having at the front the triple Jade Warriors. In the middle, we are going to have Peasant Archers, 2 units of the Jade Warrior Crossbows, and protecting them, Peasant Long Spearmen, and an extra unit of the Sword and Shield Jade Warriors. On the flank, we are going to have the double Peasant Long Spearmen, more Peasant Long Spearmen in the back, and 1 unit of a random Celestial Dragon Guard, which looks like it's going to be protecting up against the double Grand Cannons. In the middle, we are going to have the single entity monster piece of the Terracotta Sentinel. The beautiful boy indeed here, with the magic damage, 600 armor piercing, weapon strength, and unbreakable, making him very strong. And you give him that bolster of the battle harmony, giving him melee defense is going to be super strong. Of course, it's not really that high here at the moment, but of course, if you do get the harmony buff increase here from the Lord Choice, he can certainly get up there for the value. So both sides are going to come together here. We are going to have Grand Cannon shooting into the front. I think it's going to be a little bit of a while before Nurgle get in. And there's a really nice back deployment here coming from Rice. A very experienced tournament player, and certainly knows how to get maximal value out of his Grand Cannons. He's going to be shooting at maximum distance and, you know, trying to delete as many of the Plague Bearers as possible. So in the front, you're getting deleted in a matter of seconds. The Nurgle's getting shot down by the Jade Warriors on the approach, and then just getting cleaved through here by the Jade Warriors. Dragonborn, unfortunately, getting a little bit too quick here with the Nurglings, and there was no kind of backup here from the Toad Jitsu. In the sky, we are going to have the Plague Drones flying down, compromising the Grand Cannons. We can move in here with the Peasant Long Spearmen. Not too much armor here for the Plague Drones, and that's lucky because Peasant Long Spearmen really don't produce much armor piercing. Over here on the right, the cannon's going to be shooting up against Plague Drones. Fighting in hand-to-hand combat is going to be the Terracotta Sentinel, and holding pretty true so far is going to be Grand Cathay. The Sword and Shield Jade Warriors at the front are going to be doing some very good work here up against the Toad Jitsu. Nurgling's really trying to help on top, really trying to punch through the front line. There's sadly no halberds here coming forward from Jade Warriors. In the pocket, the Terracotta is going to be doing some good slamming animations. So there's going to get lots of good infantry here in the front line. Plague Bearer is going to be joining maybe a Fire and Transmutation here. Yes, it is going to be a Fire and Transmutation doing some very good damage in the middle. It's certainly going to hurt the Toad Jitsu quite a bit. In the backside, we do have Peasant Long Spearmen in weight, but we have bucket loads of flyers everywhere. So Plague Drone is going to be compromising both the Grand Cannons. It looks like here we're also going to be having the Miasma of Pestilence that's going to get overcasted here. That's going to be an area of effective negative 24 melee attack and 40% charge bonus, which is going to be quite handy as we do actually have the Toad Jitsu. Look at their animations as they flop into combat. Just yeeting these Peasant Long Spearmen left, right, and centre, having a fantastic time whilst they do it. So the Plague Bearers here going to be trying to fight in the front, but I just don't know if they have enough punch. They're very good meat sacks, but I think we're really losing some DPS here outside of the Plague Toads. So we're really going to be struggling here with just the Plague Drones. They're really going to be doing some good work up against the cannons, and they're actually really thumping quite hard up against the Jade Warrior Crossbows. But what do we have here to deal with Zhao Ming? He's going to be in a long chase with the Herald of Nurgle. So the Locus of Fecundity getting activated, a 35 meter radius of pretty much a double Earthblood there going for the healing. So we're going to be fighting in combat. Yeah, lovely chunk of damage against the Herald of Nurgle, and Zhao Ming with magic damage and 720 armor-piercing weapon strength is going to dumpster the Herald of Nurgle. He stands no chance. If he fights in melee combat, he does get 61 melee defense, but I don't know if that's going to be enough here up against Zhao Ming. Maybe, just maybe, he could win out that in the long game. Jade is here really getting depleted over time. It's like the Toads will be doing all the good damage in the pocket. We're now going to be backing up with the Peasant Longspear, and coming with a bit of bonus first large, which can be very nice up against the lightly armoured monstrous infantry. In the pocket, we do have the monstrous flyers, the plague drones doing some good armor piercing. They're going to be the main kind of threat here up against the Terracotta Sentinel. So if he can bring these down nice and quickly, the plague drones and pretty much the whole entire Nurgle roster is really going to struggle up against the unbreakable giants. In the pocket, looks like the Grand Cannon crew still going to be fighting. The Celestial Dragon Guard will chew through these plague drones, so you've got to be very careful there as well. Daemon crossbows are in the back, and they're going to be shooting now into the Tojitsu in the front, and they're not small targets, so they're going to get hit rather repetitively. And we can see here the famous balls of old here with the cannons on the back. They're going to be skirting through, doing some good attack animations. They're really not known for getting into melee combat, but here these balls are just ancient and, you know, veterans of war for sure. But they do need to get out of here as quickly as possible. The sword and shield infantry have had enough. They've had more than enough Toads for their lifetime here. Looks like we are going to use the faction ability of Fecundity, and I believe that can spread up to 5 units as a bit of a chain reaction. So it looks like here we've got quite a few lots of healing going on there for Nurgle. Shooting in the back here from the Peasant Archers, need to kind of shut these down. Even Peasant Archers will do good DPS over time here up against Nurgle. No matter what sort of level of healing you got, you know, these Archers, you know, they don't really rely on that melee defense or melee attack. They're just going to be shooting and doing good damage over time. The Plague Drones really suffering in the pocket. Anti-large Peasant Long Spearmen coming through. Balance of power is going to be in Grand Cathay's favour, as we're going to be losing the Plague Drones down to 2 models. They're going to be dwindling back to the chaos of Nurgle, and sadly that's going to be a really gorgeous unit off the battlefield. In the sky, still chasing. Zhao Ming is going to be hot on the tail here of the Herald of Nurgle. He's going to be biting all sorts of stingers here in the back as he's trying to take down the Lord Choice, but he's going to be flying over. He doesn't really have any place to call home either, because if he charges around for too long, he's going to be getting shot here by the Jade Warrior crossbows, maybe even the Peasant Archers. It looks like he's going to be flying into combat, maybe trying to see if we can break the Peasant Archers, but either way, he needs to stop that back line from shooting, because otherwise they're going to really destroy the force here of Nurgle. In the back, we have Nurgle, who's charging and fighting in combat up against the Peasant Archers. Looks like we're going to charge away here. 90 speed coming against 80 for Zhao Ming, but he is going to get some attack animations in there. We are going to be down to 3,300 for the Herald of Nurgle, and no damage on Zhao Ming. I really struggle to see how we're going to be taking down the Terracotta Sentinel and Zhao Ming here in the middle. We do see Plague Drones, only 3 models left. If we could have any sort of healing here for these fantastic monstrous flyers, maybe, just maybe, we could have brought it back. But looks like that is going to be army losses. GG's and well played here to Rice and Grand Cathay. Yeah, very, very good stuff. Really fun kind of thematic army here coming from Nurgle. I really do enjoy Plague Toads. They're just ridiculously funny and absolutely fantastic to watch in melee combat. They really do have all the tips and tricks. So the Herald of Nurgle coming in at 130 damage value. He really struggled. Just the mass pressure of Zhao Ming and you know, the melee prowess that he provides just was too much here for the Herald of Nurgle. 615, 660, and 170 there for the Plague Drones, with 380, 400, 216, and 320 there for the Plague Bearers. 218, 311, 530, and 300 for the Plague Toads, with 130, 14, and 170 for the Nurgles. Now, I do generally believe that going super wide here with Nurgle is definitely the way to play it. Mass Furies, Mass Plague Bearers, getting some Plague Toads in there as well. Nurglings, take them or leave them, don't really mind too much, but cheap Lords, I think, certainly are the way. And then, you know, maybe get in there with a summon or two, and you know, you're probably hitting yourself in the right direction. Now for the Lord Choice here, Zhao Ming, 13 kills, 3,008 damage value. Very good stuff. You can definitely see why he's called the Iron Dragon, the man here with steel nuptials as he gets through and goes, demons? What demons? I vanquish demons here on the battlefield. 750 for the Sentinel, 811 for the Elite Celestial Dragon Guard, with 380 and 777 there for the Grand Cannon. 366, 750 there for the Jade Warrior crossbows, with 200, 400, 330, and 220 for the Sword and Shield Infantry. 310 there for the Peasant Archers, with 500, 630, 370, and 440 for the Peasant Long Spearmen. So very good stuff there coming from the anti-large infantry. So I hope everybody enjoyed this. If you did, please smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave a comment down below, but of course, always be respectful. And if you haven't, please do subscribe. It really would help the growth here of the channel. So I really hope you've been enjoying all the videos recently. If you do want to leave any suggestions in the comments of things you'd like to see coming forward in the future, do feel free to let me know. But then also join the Discord. So if you go down into that description, you can find my Twitch, which is where I did do this King of the Hill. So you can see other content over on there. But then also you can join the Discord, leave your replays just like this one for casting in the replays for casting section, and let me know what you'd like to see in the future. So other than that, I've been your boy Logic. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all very, very soon.